Hey everybody, it's Angela and I'm back with another quick process video. And this layout is going to use this My Mind's Eye My Story collection. And I had bought the collection pack of this last year, and then I had gotten a couple pieces of it in some Kit Club kits that I put with it back before I canceled all my kits, but at the end of the year, but I had gotten some pieces, so I just kind of put them all together. And I'm going to use this Scraptastic Club paper because I wanted to use that one other pink one that had all those pretty arrows in the back, and I just couldn't use it and use up all that arrow paper. So I just found another Scraptastic paper in my stash that kind of went with these so that I'd have kind of a plain background. And then I'm looking through the rest of the collection and just finding some other colors to layer underneath my photo. And I'm going to do this photo here of my granddaughter. This is my second granddaughter, and I haven't done an actual layout of just her before. She was in the Christmas card layout that I did here last month, but this is the first layout of just her by herself. So you guys, I have 4 grandchildren now, the 2 girls and then the 2 boys, and I don't know, I am falling behind, and I don't know how I'm going to keep up with 4 little ones and doing all the layouts, but here goes. I'm going to give it a try. So I'm just taking some of the colors, and I liked these colors. It went really good with the little kind of fabric on the chair that she's sitting in. Had some yellows, had some kind of reddish peachy colors, and her outfit was kind of peachy pink, and so the colors of this collection just went really well. So I'm just picking a couple of the more solid colors to go right beside the photo, and now I'm picking a nice print, and I gutted that out of the paper because it was a nice black stripe on the back, and I thought I might want to use that to mat a layout on in the future. So I just kind of gutted it, and I'm using the floral to do the matting. And I had gotten a second sheet of this in one of my kit clubs, so I actually have a second sheet of this floral, so I'm not so broken to cut into it. And there's the one I gutted, the little black stripe. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it on this layout or not, but I decided against it, and I'm just going to save it to the side for the future. So I'm just cutting the manufacturer's strip off the Scraptastic paper, and I decide to go ahead and do a layout of just placing the photos smack dab in the middle of my paper, and then doing clusters around it because I have the stickers and the chipboard and the die cuts that go with this collection. So I thought I'd just do, a fun little frame cluster all around the outside of the photo. So I'm just pulling out the die cuts and dumping them into this box and just looking through to see what things I want to use on this layout. And I want to pull something out for some journaling, and then I want to pull out things that have all the different colors. And I'm not putting too much black on this. There's a little bit, but I kind of I put that black butterfly back because I want to stay more with the pinks and the yellows on this and not too much black. So I'm continuing to go through that, and those are the stickers that come with it. They're kind of birthday themed, but there was a couple that I wind up being able to use on this. And so I go ahead and I start putting these down, and once I get to the chipboard, I kind of realize that it would be better if my photograph was up a little higher. So here in a little bit, I'm going to peel the photo off and put it on some foam tape. But for right now, just kind of playing around to see if I can't get stuff all the way around the outside edge. And here's the chipboard pieces, and I go ahead and throw caution to the wind and just use both of the big floral pieces, which are my favorite. So now I've kind of already used up my favorite pieces out of this chipboard, but you know what? If it gets stuck in my stash and not used at all, that would be a shame. So I'd rather kind of hoard my favorite pieces on a layout. So here I realize that I really want that up on foam tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that all across the back. And then I think, you know what? I should probably move my foam tape in away from the edges a little bit so that I can tuck stuff underneath it. So I just pull up that one piece and move it in a little more. That gives me some room to tuck stuff underneath. So again, I'm going to put that back down in the middle. And this is a really simple layout. I mean, it's just using pretty much this one collection, and that's what collections are for. It's to make it easier for us to do a quick layout. You know, sometimes I love to sew and get really creative and do watercolors or mixed media, and sometimes, you know, just kind of getting back into the swing of things, yeah, I kind of want it done for me. So this worked out so well. So I'm going to put some florals all around it. And that one was just kind of big, so I decided to go ahead and cut it so I can tuck it into two places. It's a little tough to cut in half, but my scissors went through it. And then I'm going to tuck that other half of it somewhere else. And so I'm just continuing to go around the outside edge. And the colors just work so well. At first I thought about turning that photograph to black and white just because the fabric in the background was so bright as compared to her really soft peachy pink outfit and just her flesh tones and stuff. But yeah, I went ahead and left it in color, and then I found this collection and I thought, wow, this is perfect. So I love her little smile on that. She's only 3 months now, so she's been smiling for a while. And she is very different from her sister. She has dark hair and dark eyes, where her sister is blonde with blue eyes. So one of their daughters looks like mom and the other one looks like dad. So when I pulled the backing off, I accidentally pulled the adhesive off the back of those chipboard pieces, and which was fine. I'm just going to put glue on it, and it actually made my chipboard a little bit less dimensional, so that was kind of nice too. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that tag down so that I can stick this kind of overlapping that tag. And then while that dries, I wind up sitting like a bottle or something on it to kind of hold it down. But I'm just going to go ahead and tuck this journaling spot under that edge. And I'm trying to, although right now I'm putting stuff under the photo mat, I want to layer a few things on top just to integrate everything. And this one, even though the adhesive is on the back, I went ahead and put a little glue. I don't trust those not to like fall off later. And you can see on this little flower, I'm going to layer it over the edge of the photo mat. So there are some things above and some things below. And on this one too, when I peel off the backing, the adhesive peels off. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. And then on the butterflies, when I go ahead to put those down, I do want the wings to kind of be able to flutter a little bit, to lift up. So I'm just going to take a little really narrow score tape and just kind of put it in the middle and not across the whole wings, you know, just so the wings can lift up a little bit. So it's just kind of on the butterfly's body. I'm going to point them kind of looking into the photo. And those again are kind of layered on top of the photo mat instead of below it. So I really like that. And then I decide to pull this little bird off. I wanted to bring a little bit of the yellow color right there. At first I thought about not putting him there because he's kind of facing away from the photo, but I really did want that little touch of yellow there. So I went ahead and put him there, even though he is kind of facing away from the photo. Would have been nice if he would have been turned the other way, but it looks just fine. And I cut these two stickers out because I'm thinking about putting a word down there, and then I figure, you know what, I should put her name on there instead. And I have these stickers that I got at Tuesday Morning, and I really love this font. I love how they have some of the letters with the little curly cues on them, and it kind of has the storybook look to it. I forget what the name of the font is, but it's the first one I've had like this, and it's really pretty. And it still had that kind of dark pinky red color. So I'm just gonna take her name and put it in that left-hand corner. Spell that out. So yeah, so each my first two grandkids, on their first birthdays, I gave their mom the scrapbooks that I had made with all the layouts I had made that first year of their life. So this will be in Emma's scrapbook, her first full layout. And then when she turns 1, I'll give the scrapbook to her mom. And I can't not do it, because the first kid, they always get all the pictures and layouts, and the second child not so much. And since I'm a second child and don't have all that many photos of myself as compared to my older brother, I can't not do it for this second child here. As second kids, we've got to stick together. So as you can see, I just took that Maggie Holmes bow that I got at Tuesday Morning and just took the gold one out and put it on there underneath the name. And there was one die cut that I had forgotten to glue down, that dark pink flower, so I just went ahead and glued that on there. And then I'm looking for some other stuff that I could tuck in and around, and I need some, just small things. So I grab, in my enamel dots, I have these Chickanitty enamel stars that I had gotten at Tuesday Morning as well, and the pink ones match pretty well. So I'm just going to tuck them in. They're not going to be like a main feature. They're just going to barely be poking out in 3 different spots by the butterflies. And so that is pretty much going to be my complete layout. And like I said, it was really simple. I just kind of used the collection, and that was it. I'm just going to finish it off by putting some gold Heidi Swapp sprinkles on there. And that is it. Very simple, very easy, kind of getting back into the swing of things here and getting the first layouts done for the new grandkids. And so I'll just do a little close-up here. You can see all the sprinkles, and you got chipboard and the regular die cuts and the butterflies and the thickers, the bow, and the enamel stars on there. So pretty simple. So that is my completed layout. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you again next time. Bye.